What's the names that took us higher, right? Netflix took us higher, okay? NVIDIA, right, took us higher. Look at the reversal on Friday on NVIDIA.
Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good morning everybody. Happy Sunday and welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com Weekend Update Show. Hope everybody is doing well. So let's talk about the tape. So Thursday night's video. First of all, let me just say the market's been on fire, right? Everybody knows that. NASDAQ up 3%. Everybody knows that. The market is absolutely incredible. A lot of traders definitely trading with blinders on, and I get it, right? I get it. A lot of you guys who are new to the markets the first 2-3 years, you feel invincible right now. You feel like you could walk on water. Again, I felt exactly the same way in 99 and 2000 when the internet craze was coming. Everything was great. I couldn't imagine another way that the market could act the way it was acting. And one day you woke up and gravity kicked in, and then a lot of events, again, which is another topic for another day, started leading up to 9/11. Obviously 9/11 hit and there was a completely different market that happened here. We're kind of in a euphoria market. We've been in a euphoria market now for the last 3-4 weeks, and not only stock prices, you see cryptocurrencies going absolutely nuts. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Shinu, Bibu, whatever the hell they're called, they're all going absolutely nuts. And again, there's a lot of really great feeling in the marketplace, just in the world itself, considering what the world is actually still recovering from. We're just still in the midst of, the whole COVID crisis. But the one thing that, and again, I will say what life has taught me is experience is the absolute best teacher. Time is going to always make you better. Like I've always said in many videos, a better parent, you'll be a better husband, better wife, better friend, better brother, better sister, and definitely a better trader. And we learn from our experiences. Okay, experience is just not there for you kind of to remember and say, okay, who cares? We went through this. I went through this. I went through this several times that we've been in euphoric markets, and then next thing you know, you kind of turn around and you go, well, what the hell is going on? And I started this video on Thursday night. If you guys remember, usually Thursday nights, I don't record a video. It's my nightly off. But I recorded a video on Thursday because my daughter had a soccer game on Tuesday, and I didn't have a chance to kind of share my thoughts. And the first thing I said on Thursday and Thursday night's video was, I'm starting to see a lot of prices, a lot of names really. I don't want to use the word gas out, okay? I know there's a lot of emotional traders watching this broadcast. Shut up, Dan, I hope you die. The market will never go down. Okay, settle that. Okay, if you can't embrace a person's opinion who's, by the way, has gone through this 22 years, then again, the last thing you should be doing is trading. Get your life in order. Your mental state is in shambles. If you can't, you can't embrace another person's opinion who's been doing this for quite a many years, it's very, very tough for you to kind of embrace what's about to happen next. Information is there for us to embrace. And when somebody has been doing this for a very long time, and I'm always learning, okay? I always have my eyes and ears open because it's always something I could pick up along the way. And last Thursday, we started talking about that. I saw a lot of names, not necessarily the word gas out, but I started a lot of names getting a little bit tired, a little bit of a buyer's strike that had extremely extended runs. And my whole focus in the last few weeks was leave the stocks that are overextended alone, okay? Maybe they won't hurt you today, maybe they won't hurt you tomorrow, but gravity is real, right? That's the message. The message is not, let's sit on the sidelines, wait for this mythical rug pull that everybody, that people are waiting for. That's not the message. That's never been the message. I'm a very, very big bull in this market. I've been a big bull, especially the last 3-4 weeks, because stocks are very, very strong. Again, when you're above the 50-day moving average, there's strength. When you're below the 50-day, right? When you're below the 50-day moving average, there's weakness. So there's a lot of stocks that are going higher. My message has been for the last 3 weeks, anything that is overextended, leave alone. Right? Leave alone. So a pivot on NVIDIA was valid here. You don't want to be long here. You might make money here, but you don't want to be long here. The Tesla pivot, right? The Tesla pivot was right over here, okay? Nobody's saying it can't get higher. Again, we'll talk about Tesla in a second. But my point is you don't want to be, your first entry does not want to be in the 1200s, okay? That's my message. Stay away from the ones that had their biggest moves, because realistically, when gravity kicks in, and it always does, again, maybe it won't be on Monday, but the first stocks that they pull are the ones that had the biggest runs. Again, go through your history, go through your charts, spend 15 minutes backtracking your favorite stock in the most aggressive rug pulls, right, in the last 22 years, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So my message was, there's a lot of names that are still being pulled up. We're still very, very bullish, but I want no part of new entries, maybe on dips into rising 60-minute supports, but I don't want any new parts of new entries of stocks that are up 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 days in a row, because again, the inevitable is going to happen and gravity is going to kick in. Again, maybe it might be tomorrow. No, Dan, I hope you die. My stock will never go down. Okay, that's cool, right? That's cool. So my point is, in this type of environment, it's very, very easy to sip the Kool-Aid. A lot of new traders are getting their first test of any real money or any little money or any money to begin with, and they're getting their first test of what the market can give you, okay, the love that the market can give you. So I get it. You're very emotional. I get it. You say a bad word about your stock, you'll lose your mind. You'll spend 19 hours on the internet fighting with a stranger saying they're wrong. I get it, right? I get it. But that's not reality, and that's not very, very productive. What we're talking about is not being bulls, not being bears, is being a realist, okay? Collecting data. Remember, we use the word data. I trade on data. I don't care which way the market goes as long as the data is there to satisfy my next move, satisfy the technical aspects on the charts. And all I keep on reiterating, and this is, again, what's important to the new traders, and if you're watching this broadcast for the first time or the second time or the third time, I have no bias, okay? Short, long, it doesn't make a difference. It's all about opportunity, not bias. And right now, what we started talking about on Thursday night was watch the leaders, okay? Just, again, collect data. Watch the leaders. If the leaders start gassing out, okay, and there's a buyer strike and you still see strength in the market, that is your first sign that a potential rolling top. Remember, a blow-off top, rolling top doesn't happen in one day. It's a rolling top, right? Look at the Qs. I want to show you something, right? Look at the Qs. And we had a rolling top off the upper Bollinger Band. Again, this is how we talk about muscle memory. You see this Bollinger Band, how the Qs hit the Bollinger Band here on September the 1st? So it was a rolling top. It didn't happen in one day. It was a rolling top, series of events. Stocks started slowly but surely putting in lower highs and lower lows that were not evident to a lot of traders. And eventually, after a week or so, started a series of events that would really hit the market for the next couple of weeks. Nobody was talking about Armageddon, we're going to zero, the market's going to crash. I see so many traders using the word, yeah, you're right, Dan, the market's going to crash. Who's saying this? What words are coming out? The market's going to crash. We're talking about be careful of the stocks that have made the biggest runs. Leave those stocks alone. We're still above the 50-day moving average. There's still a lot of names that are being pulled up. We're saying be careful of the rises, not market's going to crash. So the idea that you're thinking about the market's going to crash, go into cash, be careful, cash is a position, all the things you hear about social media, which is absolutely a sign. Listen to the words, what we're saying. Listen, look into the data, look at the charts. A rolling top, right? Potential rolling top, just like we had on September 1st, right? It hit the Bollinger Band and started a series of events of lowering stock and eventually got hit, recovered, and went back to the highs. Look what we're talking about, right? Hit the Bollinger Band here. So now we're starting to watch for a potential rolling top. And again, on Friday, we had our first inkling of what we were talking about on Thursday. Watch the leaders from Thursday to Friday. Watch the leaders if they start getting gassed out. It doesn't mean they're going to crash. It doesn't mean that this is the top of the market. We're just saying be careful of the market leaders, right? So before everybody gets emotional and new traders start talking about Tesla's going to 1,500, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm just saying be careful of the big move, right? Be careful of the big move. And when you start looking at the leaders, remember, what's the names that took us higher, right? Netflix took us higher, okay? NVIDIA, right, took us higher. Look at the reversal on Friday on the video, right? Look at the reversal on Friday in the video. You had a 17-point reversal into the close. Look at Tesla, right? Tesla's been taking us higher, right? Look at the, look at the slowly. Remember we talked about the slow rolling top? And Tesla, by the way, finally touched the 5-day moving average. And, now that 5-day, if you've been watching this broadcast for a while, again, not to use Tesla as an example, but if you've been watching this broadcast for a long time, you know how important that 5-day moving average is. So we successfully tested the 5-day moving average on Friday. So if it starts to build below the 5-day moving average, again, nobody's saying Tesla's going to 300. We're just saying be careful. And again, for all you guys trading on the sell side, well, now we have a really definitive channel that we could trade to the downside. Trade. Guys, again, we love Tesla, okay? Shut up there. Okay, we love Tesla. But as far as an opportunity, again, as you can see here, how many times it hit the 5-day moving average, bounce, 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 bounce. We're just saying, in case it doesn't bounce, look how much room we have to the downside. That's all I'm saying. Look how much room you have to the downside in the video if it starts losing this Bollinger Band, right? That's all we're saying. And the most important part is now we're talking about exaggerations. So some of the names that continue to go higher, and we talked about Amazon on Friday, right? Coming out of a channel. There's still a lot of names that are showing a lot of strength. So going into this week, I still do like a whole bunch of names to the upside, right? Lucid, that we talked about on Thursday night, went absolutely crazy on Friday. Again, that's what shows you the strength. But again, that's not the stock that we're warning about. We're warning about the stocks off the top, not the stocks off the bottom. That's why we keep on reiterating the point, look for value off the bottom. And if you can't find value off the bottom, that means the market slowly but surely is starting a topping out process. Will it crash? No, it won't crash. We're above the 50. Until we start talking about under the 50-day moving average, use the word crash in a different environment. Crash your car, crash your relationship, crash whatever. We have nothing to do with the market, right? It's nothing to do with the market. It's nothing to do about stock prices. I'm not right. The market's not going to crash. That's not exactly what we're talking about here. So again, don't listen to what you think I'm saying. Listen to reality. Watch for data. And if you can't mentally embrace the reality that stocks go up and stocks go down through generation, you're going to have a lot more problems advancing your career, advancing your longevity if you are a pighead, okay? If you're trading with eyes wide shut and the blinders on and I don't care what you say, like a 3-year-old, okay? Eventually, the market is going to catch up to you. Don't believe me. All you have to spend is 5 minutes going through this weekend, the last 20 years of charts in the biggest euphoric markets. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So again, be an adult. Whatever side of the market you trade on, be an adult. If you're a short seller, be an adult. If you're a long bias trader, be an adult. If you're an opportunist, obviously, you're expecting opportunity from both sides of the market, and that's what we're referring to. Just opportunity. It's nothing personal. Stocks go up, stocks go down, and hell, nobody's even saying the market's going to go down on Monday. All we're saying is just, again, for the 88th time in this video, just be careful for the really skywalkers, right? The stocks have been dancing on the moon and over the moon and all in heavens. Be careful of those prices because, again, when stocks get pulled, like I said on the Wednesday or Wednesday video, again, if you're going to lose jumping out of the first floor. Don't lose jumping out of the 12th, okay? You could survive the first floor. You're not going to survive the 12th, and it's very, very important. Having said that, with all the data that I have been collecting for the last couple of days, yes, there's definitely names that I still like going into this week. The Lucids of the world, we talk about this channel on Thursday's video, absolutely exploded. They're great. Airlines, right? Airlines are starting to wake up. Look at a little name like Mesa Airline, right? But again, a lot of the airline names are starting to look good. Look at a name like ZI, right? Starting slowly, right? Slowly coming out of a channel. And that's the whole point. If you have a stock that's slowly coming out of a channel, again, it's a paper cut if it fails. If you have a stock that's coming out of a channel on a 60, but the stock, oh, by the way, has put out a 200-point rally in the last 3 weeks. What do you think where do you think your biggest broken bones are going to happen? From the first floor or in the 10th floor? That's all I'm saying. So for all the names that I still like to the upside, there's a lot of names that are starting to break down, and that's the point. When they're taking the market down right now, they're taking the market down heavy. If you guys remember on Thursday's video, I said, hey, look, I'm open-minded, but I'm watching I'm watching Netflix to the downside. I'm watching Roku to the downside. Look what they did with Netflix, right? Again, if you believe in the theory stocks go from supply to supply, well, stocks go from demand, right, all the way to demand. We talked about Roku, second day after earnings, right? Second day after earnings. Again, look what they did to Roku. Look at some of these setups that are setting up to the downside. You would never know that the NASDAQ was up 3%, right? Look at a name like QDEL. right? Look at this QDEL. QDEL looks like death. Look at a name, for example, like Zillow. Again, had bad earnings, right? Attempted to bounce. Watch the bottom of this range here on Zillow. Look at RBLX. RBLX, the funny thing is, I actually liked it long on Friday, never confirmed. Now it looks like a short. Right? So there's a lot of value. We're seeing a lot of stocks that are gassing out, and now I'm seeing a lot of really good short setups. So again, it's not screaming to me, I want to be long the market come Monday morning. So just again, guys, just listen to what I'm saying, especially the new traders. For all you guys who've been trading for 5, 7, 9 years, you kind of get what I'm saying, okay? Even if you're emotional about a specific position, don't be, okay? Speak in reality, speak in data, speak in technical analysis. Don't speak in euphoria, and don't speak in hope, and don't speak in prayer. We're adults here. This is a business for adults. If you're emotional and if you're long a stock that I just mentioned and you're so bothered by it, okay, that you can't sleep over the weekend, that's a common sign that right now you're just not emotional or ready to tackle on this business from a technical point of view, okay? Because if words hurt, right, shouldn't apply to your stocks, okay? It shouldn't. Okay, you're adults. Your money is real. You work hard for your money. What you choose to do with your money is yours, right? Your dime, your dance floor. But again, remember, opinions in this business mean nothing. It's all about price action. So if I'm wrong on Monday, again, like I said on Thursday, if I'm wrong on Monday, we keep on going higher. Again, what's the worst case scenario? I buy stocks? Crazy, right? Again, very, very important, guys. Stay in business, stay in the market. But again, the most important point is stay in reality. So let's talk about some pivots from Friday. Again, another aggressive session. That's the whole point. You have aggressive action now on both sides of the market. And the point is, if we still continue to build on this data that I'm collecting, then yes, slowly but surely, we're going to start doing a roundabout top, and eventually we get a pretty aggressive pull. No crashes, no markets going to zero, no sell everything, just individual names that are overextended a bit. Okay, so let's talk about Friday's pivots. Cisco, again, I'm still waiting for that 58 pivot that is never coming. If you guys remember, on Thursday's session, monster 100-point move on Amazon, went from basically 3,400 to 3,500. Here was the pivot on Friday. 3,500 now needs to confirm. Amazon went nuts again, put up another $50 move to the upside, right? Took out this whole channel here and put up another 50-point move off this 3,500 level. Huge move again. The monster moves this weekend, really monster moves. Lucid was huge. For all you guys who are still long over the weekend, phenomenal job. Lucid 3780, 38 needs to build. They were coming in with incredible aggressive call buying on Friday, and look at the move into the close, man. What an absolute monster move, trading over 42 after hours on Friday. Just an absolute monster. Again, here's starting value to the downside for experienced traders. Watch the green to red. Note, this is not a pivot, just momentum. Needs to confirm 285 to bring in more sellers. And here is Roku, right? Here is Roku, went green to red, took out 285 and went all the way down to 275. It still goes lower. I still think the stock goes lower, especially if there's another pull in the market ahead. CERS, I wasn't even watching, rejected twice, $8. I wasn't even watching this thing. I didn't do anything, 790. RBLX, like we talked about. RBLX, I was actually watching to the upside and never confirmed to the upside. Now I'm watching this thing to the downside. I lost a little bit of support. Tesla to the upside. Again, here's my point. I don't care which way it goes. But now, not only do we have an upside pivot, if you guys watched, and my buddy Charlie sent me this. He's in the webinar. He said, "Dan, did you see this on Twitter?" I'm like, "No, I really don't go on Twitter. I post on Twitter. I just don't go on Twitter anymore." Elon Musk says much is made lately of unrealized gains being a means of tax avoidance. So I propose a selling of 10% Tesla stock. He actually ran a poll to see if people would approve of this. What do you think your Tesla investors would say? Yes, Elon, that's a great idea. You should sell you 10% of the stock. The guy's high as hell. Gotta love him. He's probably as high as hell. He trolls people all the time. You don't even know if that is real. But, if that is real, right? If that is real, we have an area here to the upside that we're watching. But now we also have a definitive area that if it starts building below the 5-day moving average, we have a lot of value to the downside as well. But again, I'm open-minded to both. Here comes Amazon. Lucid is absolutely exploding, went to 42. Roku got destroyed. And NVIDIA, again, here's another example of the leader, right? One of the several leaders who are really aggressive. Buyers gave up, right? They just gave up on Friday. Maybe it was tired, maybe it wasn't. Again, huge, absolutely magnificent run on NVIDIA, but it gassed out. That's the point. I'm just watching for more stocks gassing out. NVIDIA held 298 time. Again, only went down a couple of bucks, but that's not even the point. The point is we're waiting for more meaningful setup that kind of setting up exactly the same way. Again, is this the start of something? We'll see. Again, the most important part is we are prepared for it. So going into Monday, I'm collecting data, and I'll be honest with you, I have more shorts on my watch list going into Monday than I have longs. I still have a bunch of longs. I still like Airbnb, especially into any weakness to kind of trap shorts. I like Lucid for any weakness to kind of trap shorts, right? There's definitely names I still like, but there's also a lot of names that I like to the downside as well. So guys, if you want any type of meaningful career, lose the emotion, okay? Lose the, oh my God, somebody said a bad word about my stock. Markets, listen, there's buyers and sellers. Get over it, okay? If you're not mature enough to handle it, how the hell are you gonna handle life in general, okay? Whole life is about, handling adversity. It's about, dealing with people. It's about dealing with opinions. And if you are so fragile that some guy said something bad about your stock, that's not even in reality yet. You're going to have a very, very tough time navigating long term. So guys, have a blessed weekend. God bless everybody. Wish everybody nothing but love and health and happiness. And God willing, I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.